Hello watchers, and welcome back to another Disney Dolls house build with me. Today we've got issue 3, so let's have a quick look at the magazine. So we've got the contents, and it looks like we're going to be doing Winnie the Pooh's full-length mirror, which is an exact replica of what's in the movies and the TV series. Also a diagram of the bits that we're going to be using. Don't forget to, if you are building along with me, to use the white strips that we got in issue 2, because we'll be using those in this issue. So then we've got our assembly guide. For the mirror first, and then we're going to be putting the white posts together to create the door frame from issue 2. And then it talks about Winnie the Pooh and his mirror, so it does explain in much more detail the significance of his mirror. Then the movie that we've got for this issue is The Little Mermaid. I forget how old The Little Mermaid is, because I always think it's like late 90s, but it's not. It's actually late, well, 1989 in the USA. But Little Mermaid's one of my favourites as well. And then the movie poster on the back is the original Disney movie, which is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the first full-length movie that Disney ever did. So let's get into building the mirror. So here are the bits for the mirror. So first thing I want to do is place the actual mirror in the frame. Yep. And also you want to take off the film that's protecting the mirror, which is always fun to do. But I do love that noise. Look at that, it is an actual genuine mirror. So I'm just going to put some glue on the inside of this frame here. You want to flip the mirror over. Every time. Then hopefully pop it into place and push it down so it connects. And hopefully there's not too much glue on the other side, but if there is, which I have a little bit, is get some cotton buds. Now I've managed to get hold of some cotton buds that have got a bigger side there and then a bit of a pointy end at that side. These are in the beauty sort of section at Boots rather than the baby section. So I'm just going to use that to go down there and pick up the little bit of extra glue I can see. With it being pointed, it does get into the cracks a little bit better. And I can buff the mirror clean with the cleaner side. So we'll just leave that upside down and let gravity do its work, and hopefully the glue will dry. So then the next bit we want to do is quite fiddly. So we're going to get our tweezers that we got with issue 2. I'm going to actually use my hands for this because the holes are not fully made. So it's easier just to stick them in with your hands. It's not as fiddly as I thought it would be. So then again, we do the same thing with the other column. Make sure they come through the other end of the column like so. Now what we need to do with these columns is then put them into each side of the mirror. There's a teeny tiny hole just in the middle there, where we want to put them, which can be quite fiddly. Just want to put a little bit of pressure on it as well, so it definitely goes in all the way through. And then do the same on the other side. Like so. Then we're going to flip him upside down, grabbing both ends of the columns, and we're going to glue into place this section. Now, does this section need to be straight on, or? Yes. This notch that you can see on the wood, I don't know, this little notch here, it needs to be facing the front of the mirror, the front face. So bear that in mind. So just going to grab it. The two columns, try and hold it all together as best you can. And then get some wood glue and go around the edges. And then we're going to slot this piece on the top, remembering that the notch needs to be on the mirror facing side. And just push it down. Now the last step for the mirror is for the footings. So get our little footings like this, and then we want to put some glue, wood glue, in these bits here. This is where the mirror is going to rest on them and also lift them off the floor a bit. And then this is where the notch has come into play, because as you can see, it shows you how far the footings need to go in. Like so. And then the other footing as well. And don't forget to push it down, and then of course clean any excess glue that may have came out. Now we have it, just our own little Winnie the Pooh mirror. And I've got my little Lego Winnie the Pooh here, so he can see himself. I forgot to mention that in this issue we get all these little honey pots, and I think that they are metal because they're quite weighty and they feel cold to the touch. But the little lids come off in the exact replicas of what we see in the movies and the cartoon series. But they are just so cute and so well done. I mean, even in terms of the text that's on the front of these as well. They're just so very well done and so cute. And then this one as well, which doesn't have any text on it, but Still very nicely done. So just put them there. Now these white bits are, well, cream bits are from issue 2, and they're to create well, start creating the door frame for our doors that we created in issue 1 and 2 that we're now going to assemble. So let's just get some more wood glue. Now the layout that I've done is basically how it is going to slot together, but the important thing is that with this top bar, which is the thicker one, the longer thicker one, these holes represent the exterior of where we're going to pin the doors in so they can swing open. So always keeping them matching on both sides, because the thinner piece is the foot plate basically. Yeah. So first thing we're going to do is take one of the side pieces and making sure that the side pieces, this divot bit is towards the bottom. So if this is your top part, that's facing the bottom part. And also I'd put it so the hole's this way up, and then you slot that piece in there like so. So therefore the side with the hole, you've got divots that are connecting one another, but on the other side where the hole's been is on the opposite side, it's flush, because this is your interior, so that's essentially your finished piece, but this side there will be more added to it. But before you slot things in place, you want to put just a tiny bit of glue in the I don't know what you would call this hole, but basically where the other pieces of wood are going to join. And then also I'd put a little bit just on this side here as well. To be honest with you, this would actually slot together without glue, but I'm just putting the glue on to make sure that it stays in place. And then we'll do the same with this piece here, which goes on the next divots. Again, making sure that the divot is matching this one. And then again, we'll put some glue and then just literally push this into place. Always with a bit of a wiggle. And again, getting rid of any excess glue. And then doing the same for the other side. Now we're going to attach the bottom bit, making sure that the holes are in line with the ones at the top. So they're both facing upwards. And we're just going to put a bit of glue on the ends of all these in the little divots so the joins all meet nicely. And again, making sure that the holes match up, and then we're just going to slot this into place. Again, it will be really stiff. Making sure that it's all in the holes correctly. And then of course wiping away any excess glue. Oh, knocking my Pooh Bear over. Then we are going to use all these little pieces. Now the thin pieces need to go at the bottom of each of these, and these are extra supports to support the window that will be going in at a later date. So again, just pop in some glue in the divots. Oh, there's me knocking the camera. And then just slotting them into place and pressing them down. And again, just notice some glue at the top there. Getting rid of any excess glue. That may be showing. So again, with the thicker pieces, they'll be going in these divots here, which is why it was very important to make sure that all of them was matching. And then finally doing the one towards the top. The ones towards the top. And there we have it. Our finished frame. Well, not finished, but finished for this issue. And it stands up by itself, which is good. So we'll leave that to dry. With this issue, we also get these little plastic stands, which I'm guessing are to hold this in place. But as I said, you know, it stands up in the stands, of course. But it also stands up on its own at the moment. But I'm guessing that might be when we start adding more detail to the frame. So they'll probably come in more handy in the next issue. Now, these are the bits that came in this issue, but we'll be using in the next issue. So make sure that you don't lose any of those pieces. Okay, so that's it for issue 3. We've got our structural frame ready for all these windows encasements to be put in the next issue. And then we've also got our Winnie the Pooh mirror, which is very nice indeed. And all the little honey pots to create stories with. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next one.